Right, gonna have a look at my new bike, the Genesis Tour Der Fer. I bought this bike for my commuting back and forth to work, which I currently do about 5,000 miles a year, so I needed a good bike. So I thought of this bike it's designed for commutes and touring, so it's ideal. Right then, first thing it really is a nice looking bike. It's like a nice ivory colour and red, made by Genesis, and it's the Tour Der Fer. And if you look, I like the attention to detail on this bike. The little cross there is replicated, actually embossed onto the frame. Going there, I don't know if you can see it there, and it's also on the side of the forks. Quite nice, and it has this contour effect, like a map contour effect on the top of the head tube there, on the cap, and a little band around there on the handlebar, and also on the seat post. It's replicated that touring sort of theme. Yeah, it's a steel bike. It's Genesis, I think I'm pronouncing it, Mjolnir seamless double-butted chromoly. Decided to go for a steel bike for a change. Always have aluminium, so it's Mjolnir, so it's pretty strong stuff. It'll last me years, hopefully. Nice neat welds, very neat welding, and the paint job is beautiful. There's a little Genesis sign on the back there, little G, on the middle of the handlebars. It says Genesis down the side under the bell, and it's a really nice looking brushed, probably brushed aluminium or steel stick on metal G for Genesis. Bloody lovely. The seat also has a G on it, for shows it's a Genesis seat. Looks very comfortable actually. Chromoly rails on there. Yeah. There's disc brakes. Getting away from the old rim brakes. I'm fed up of going through wheels, so I've decided to go for a bike with discs. Probably be better stopping in bad weather. And gone for the 35mm Schwalbe Marathon Mondial, which comes as standard. Better grip. Alright, you want to have the rolling resistance of a road bike, but it's not designed as a road bike. It's the geometry on it, it's basically designed for comfort, long distance commuting. Absolutely brilliant. There, the handlebars. Got 420mm wide handlebars, and you can see the front of them. They actually have a 16-degree flare, which means the actual bar is not straight plumb. It comes down at a 16-degree angle. Gives you a much more comfortable riding position from the top, looking down. I think that'll be more comfortable. Nice, and a nice bar tape as well on that. The stem, it's a Genesis stem, 7 degrees. It's actually in the inverted, if you look at it, it's inverted down, but if I wanted the handlebars a bit higher, I can turn it, I can turn this round and have my handlebars probably about this much higher, so it'll be a more comfortable ride. It's a 100mm long stem, so that's just right for me, I think. Quite a few spaces on there, that's ideal. It's going to be very comfortable compared to a slammed road bike. It's 27 speed, so it's got a triple chain set on the front, which is the it's a Shimano chain set. It's Octalink. It's got an Octalink bottom bracket, which is like, it's a BB ES300 68 by 121mm bottom bracket. Nice and easy to change. Pretty hard wearing. Alright, the ball bearings are further inside compared to a Holotech, but you know, that's good enough for me. The shifters, Sora shifters, fine with them. Jaguar cables and brake cables and gear cables. On the front we have a front mech Sora, and the rear mech is Sora as well, a long cage, long one, so that if I ever wanted to, I could change the size of the rear cassette to a bigger one. This one is a 9-speed 1132. I don't know how many teeth are on there, right? There's 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21, 24, 28 and 32. So if I wanted to, I could put a 34 on there. If I was doing a lot of hills, I could change it over. I got the long cage on there to compensate for that, but I'm happy with 1132. The front chain rings, it's a triple chain set, 50, it's like a 50 on the outside, 39 on the inside, and 30 on the inside. And on a high gear, that'll be pretty quick. I think I'll be able to go pretty quick on that with a 50 to 11 ratio, and 32 on the rear to 30 on the front. Be pretty easy going up hills. That's pretty tidy. I can take off the chain rings separately, so I can change them if I found I wanted to mount a teeth on these. I can change them, not that I'm going to bother. And the crank arms are actually 175. Comes with a standard pedal. I'm going to change them for the mountain biking, touring, PD, SPD. I think it's 540s, 540 type. I also bought this from Treads Bikes. It's my 4th bike from Treads. Comes with a KMC X9 chain, really good quality, hard wearing, and comes as standard with a tubeless rack, which is rated up to 40 kilos. Large mudguard on the back with a little skirt to stop the rain, stop the spray I should say, and the rear has a custom size front mudguard. I'll go around the other side now. Mechanical disc brakes. I didn't want to go for hydraulic disc brakes, just wanted the ease of, to me this is just no fuss. They're the Pro Max Render R. Don't know anything about, my first time with a bike with discs, so new to me. And the rotors are 160mm front and rear. It also has a little mounting little bolts here where you can put your front racks on for touring. Schwalbe Marathon Mondale tyres, plenty of grip. Also comes with standard 3 bottle cages. I suppose the I was following someone on YouTube called World Bike Girl, and she uses the top two for water and the bottom one for her actual propane gas for when she's touring. That's what she uses. That's a good idea. I'm going to probably put an air zoned container in there, or I might just put a toolkit bottle too for my tools. Don't know yet. Another neat thing on this, which has this here. There's three spokes, spare spokes. So if you're out and you get a spoke and on a long ride, you get a spoke broken, you got 3 spare spokes built onto the frame. It's pretty good. Quick release skewers. The hubs are made by Joytech. Don't know about that make. Normally I've got, I normally have on my other bikes Dior hubs. Shimano Dior. We'll have to see what happens, how long they last. It's a free hub, not a free wheel. Yeah, so that's the loose ball bearings. I think the back is 145mm axle, 10mm diameter, with the quick release in it. And the front I think is 100mm axle, and it's 9mm loose ball bearings. There'll be a loose ball bearing, pretty easy, nice and easy to service. Yeah, that's another nice detail is you got these here, like where the brake cables come down here. It has adjusters on them. Sorry, gear cables there. The gear cables, I mean. They have little brass adjusters and lugs built onto the frame. I thought it was a good idea. It stops this wire rubbing against your paintwork and rubbing it out. There is a wire that is rubbing here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a couple little very small black cable ties just to keep that off. So when I turn the bike, I won't rub on the paintwork, because it's absolutely stunning. Beautiful paint job on this. I bought this bike from Treads Bikes in Cardiff. Buy everything from Treads. Inside I had a lot of information on the bike, instructions and stuff, manual. But what I did like is it came with this little glass vial of the paint and a tiny paintbrush. So if I scratch the bike, if I get scratches on the bike, I'll be able to touch it up. I'm just stunning, absolutely chuffed with it. And that's my new ride. Can't wait to get out on that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a listen to the. Let's have a listen. I think the free hub has 2 poles. The sound of it. I think it has 2 poles inside the free hub, so eventually I'll upgrade that and get one with a few more on it. But yeah, very, very chuffed with this. Nice black rims, nice and easy to clean. No more brake dust on the rims. Fantastic. I think that's it. I think I covered everything I want to cover. There it is.